To truly understand the significance of the 1978 quarter, we need to take a step back in time. The 1978 quarter dollar was minted as part of the regular annual coinage for the United States, under the leadership of President Jimmy Carter. At the time, the U.S. Mint produced millions of these coins, which were part of the familiar Washington quarter series. These quarters featured the portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan and first introduced in 1932. The typical 1978 quarter is made of copper nickel and weighs about 5.67 grams, with a diameter of 24.3 millimeters. Standard in design, it features George Washington on the obverse and an eagle with an olive branch on the reverse. But wait, what about the 1978 quarter that's worth $1.1 million? Wow, that's where things get interesting. You see, in 1978, the U.S. Mint made a huge error. Some quarters were accidentally struck with the wrong reverse die, which caused a key mistake in the design. These quarters were produced with the 星号 proof 星号 die used for the special proof coins, and not the regular circulating dies. Proof coins are struck with greater care, resulting in sharper, more defined features, and a mirror-like finish. These error coins are extremely rare because they were unintentionally released into circulation. Most of them were caught early on, and only a handful made it into the hands of unsuspecting collectors. These error quarters are highly sought after by numismatists due to their rarity, unique features, and the fascinating story behind their creation. So, why is this 1978 quarter worth a staggering $1.1 million today? There are several factors at play here. First, we have the rarity. Less than 10 of these error quarters are believed to exist, making them incredibly rare. Second, the demand for error coins is enormous. Coin collectors and investors are always on the lookout for coins with mistakes, as they add significant value to any collection. In fact, the 1978 quarter error was sold at a prestigious auction for over $1.1 million, a record-setting amount for this specific variety. The rarity and historical significance of the coin only add to its incredible worth. When something like this goes up for auction, collectors around the world eagerly compete for a chance to own a piece of history. Now, you might be wondering, how do you know if your 1978 quarter is one of these million-dollar error coins? Well, here are a few key things to look for. First, look for the sharpness of the design. The coin should have a more defined image than a regular quarter. You'll notice that the details of Washington's portrait and the eagle on the reverse are more pronounced. Next, pay attention to the finish. The proof-like error quarters have a mirror-like surface, much shinier than a regular quarter, which is typically dull and worn after years of circulation. Lastly, check the reverse die. The error quarters feature an altered reverse die. Sometimes, you'll see faint or misaligned details in the eagle's wings or the positioning of the olive branch. So, what do you do if you think you found a 1978 quarter that could be worth $1.1 million? The first thing is to have it professionally authenticated. You'll want to work with a certified numismatist or send your coin to a reputable grading service like PSGS or NGC. Once it's authenticated, your coin can be placed in the hands of collectors, or you can sell it through an auction house that specializes in rare coins. But remember, always verify the coin's authenticity first. This will help ensure you get the best price possible. There you have it. The 1978 United States quarter dollar might seem like just another coin, but if you happen to find one of those rare error coins, you could be holding a true treasure worth a jaw-dropping $1.1 million. And with the increasing interest in rare and error coins, there's never been a better time to start or expand your collection. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about valuable coins, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on new videos. And as always, let us know in the comments, have you ever come across a rare coin in your collection? Thanks for watching, and happy hunting for your next rare find. Today, we've got something truly special to talk about, the 2014 United States quarter dollar. You might be thinking, a 2014 coin. What's so special about that? Well, prepare to be amazed, because this quarter is worth more than you could ever imagine, up to $1.6 million. But before we dive into the eye-popping value of the 2014 quarter, let's first take a trip back in time and explore the history of the US quarter dollar and how it became such a significant part of American currency. First, let's talk about the quarter dollar's rich history. The quarter has been around since 1796, when it was first minted in the United States. Over the years, the design and composition have evolved, but one thing has remained consistent: its place in American life as a key part of everyday transactions. In 1932, a major shift happened when the iconic Washington quarter design was introduced, honoring George Washington, the first president of the United States. This design has become one of the most recognized in American coinage history. Fast forward to the 20th century, and the U.S. Mint introduced the America the Beautiful series of quarters in 2010, celebrating national parks and historic sites across the country. Now, let's focus on the 2014 quarter. This coin is part of the America the Beautiful series and represents the Great Smoky Mountains National Park, which straddles the border between North Carolina and Tennessee. As you can see, the 2014 quarter features a beautiful design with a view of the Smoky Mountains, along with the words Great Smoky Mountains. The reverse side also includes a banner that reads Great Smoky Mountains and the mint year, 2014. Notably, this quarter was minted at the Denver Mint, as indicated by the D mint mark. Denver is one of the primary minting facilities of the United States, responsible for producing billions of coins every year. Now, here's the part you've been waiting for. Why is the 2014 quarter worth so much money? The value of the 2014 quarter comes down to one key factor: rarity. In the world of numismatics, even a small flaw or unique feature can turn a seemingly ordinary coin into a treasure. And that's exactly what happened with this particular quarter. Some 2014 quarters were struck with a rare minting error, small yet crucial mistake that makes these coins far more valuable than regular quarters. These error coins, with missed strikes or unusual characteristics, are sought after by collectors who are willing to pay top dollar for them. While most 2014 quarters are worth just 25 cents, a small number of these coins have been discovered with an error that significantly boosts their value up to 1.6 million. These coins were struck with a combination of imperfections, perhaps a double die or a unique minting flaw that makes them incredibly rare. Coin collectors know that when a coin like this surfaces, its value can skyrocket due to the high demand and the limited supply. Interestingly, rare coins with minting errors like this one can appreciate in value over time, and some collectors are willing to pay millions to get their hands on one. This particular 2014 quarter is the perfect example of how a small mistake in production can turn a quarter into a multi-million-dollar treasure. So, how do you find one of these rare coins, and how can you verify its worth? First, it's important to inspect your 2014 quarters closely. Look for any signs of doubling or unusual features on the design. If you think you found one, it's time to have it professionally graded by a reputable service like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PGS. They'll evaluate the coin's authenticity, condition, and any errors. In conclusion, the 2014 quarter dollar may look like an ordinary coin at first glance, but when you take a closer look, you might just find a valuable treasure that could be worth up to 1.6 million. So, before you spend your quarters at the vending machine, be sure to check them carefully. You never know when you might find a rare gem hiding in your pocket change. And if you're a coin collector, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more coin tips, history, and fascinating stories about rare coins. Today, we have a fascinating story for you. We'll be exploring the 1984 United States quarter dollar, a coin that holds much more than just its face value, worth up to 1.2 million. That's right. It's a coin with incredible history and mind-blowing market value that most people don't even realize. Let's break it all down. First, let's take a quick look at the history of the U.S. quarter dollar. The quarter, which has been in circulation since 1796, has undergone many design changes over the years. The most famous designs include the Washington quarter, the Barber quarter, and the Standing Liberty quarter. By 1932, the U.S. Mint began using George Washington's portrait on the quarter, a design that would last until 1998. Now, let's fast forward to 1984. This year marked a key moment in U.S. coinage, with millions of quarters being minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. But today, we're focusing on the 1984 quarter dollar, which was minted in Denver. While many 1984 quarters are still in circulation, there are certain versions of this coin that are rare and valuable, thanks to a unique error in production. This particular error, which we'll dive into shortly, has made it one of the most sought-after coins in the modern coin collecting world. The 1984 quarter dollar gained its extraordinary value from a rare minting error, an error that makes it worth over $1 million today. The error in question is a double die variety, where the coin was struck multiple times with the die misaligned. This caused some areas of the coin to show multiple impressions, creating a doubling effect in the design, particularly on the letters and numbers. This type of error is relatively rare in U.S. coinage, which is why it caught the attention of collectors and numismatists. To identify a valuable 1984 quarter dollar, look closely at the details on the coin. The most obvious signs of the error are visible doubling on the letters, particularly in the Liberty and I in God We Trust inscriptions. You'll also see a noticeable doubling on the date 1984. If you're lucky enough to find one of these rare specimens, you could be sitting on a small fortune. Now that we know what makes the 1984 quarter so valuable, let's talk about its market value. As with any rare coin, its worth depends on its condition, which is assessed through a process called coin grading. The highest grades, such as MS67 or higher, can command prices in the range of $1.2 million or even more in some cases, depending on demand and the rarity of the specific error. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. A well-preserved 1984 double-die quarter is considered a holy grail for collectors, and finding one in mint condition is like striking gold. For example, a coin graded MS67 with the double-die error has been known to fetch up to $1.2 million at auctions, making it one of the most valuable modern quarters. So, why exactly is this coin worth so much money? Well, there are a few reasons. First, as we've mentioned, the error is rare. Second, quarters are generally not as rare as other coins, like pennies or nickels, which means a double-die error on a quarter is even more special. And finally, the 1984 is a piece of American history, showcasing a significant flaw in the minting process that made its way into the hands of collectors. In the world of numismatics, that makes it a highly sought-after gem. Finding a 1984 double-die quarter dollar might seem like a long shot, but it's not impossible. Keep an eye out for quarters minted in Denver during this year. Check through your pocket change, inspect coin rolls, and visit local coin shops or auctions. You never know when you might come across one of these hidden treasures. Collectors and investors alike are always on the lookout for rare coins like the 1984 double-die quarter. Its value continues to rise as more people become aware of its rarity and potential worth. For those thinking about investing in rare coins, this quarter is a solid option, especially as the demand for high-quality, rare coins grows. In conclusion, the 1984 quarter dollar is a prime example of how a small minting error can turn an ordinary coin into a valuable collector's item. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just getting started in the world of coin collecting, this quarter is one you won't want to overlook. So, have you ever come across a 1984 quarter dollar? Do you have a coin that could be worth more than you think? Let us know in the comments below, and be sure to hit that like button if you found this video informative. Don't forget to subscribe for more amazing coin stories and tips on how to spot rare treasures in your collection. If you're a fan of rare coins, collectibles, or just love learning about US currency, you're in for a treat today. In this video, we're going to talk about a coin that has taken the numismatic world by storm, the 1984 US quarter dollar. But what makes this coin so special? And why is it worth an astonishing $1.3 million today? Stick around, because we're diving deep into the history, the value, and the amazing journey of this coin. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on our future coin deep dives and valuable finds. Let's start with a closer look at the 1984 quarter dollar itself. It was struck at the Denver Mint, and like most of the modern quarters, it features the classic designs that have been part of the US quarter since 1930. The obverse of the coin shows a profile of George Washington, our first president, designed by John Flanagan. On the reverse, we see the famous eagle clutching arrows and an olive branch, representing strength and peace, as designed by John Mercanti. But here's the thing, while this design is beautiful and iconic, the vast majority of 1984 quarters were produced in huge numbers and circulate as part of everyday change. In fact, the US Mint struck over 55 million quarters that year. So, what makes a single 1984 so valuable? So, why is the 1984 quarter worth so much money? Let me tell you, it's not just because it's from 1987, but because of an extremely rare error. You see, during the minting process, some of the 1984 quarters were struck with a unique mistake and lost center strike. This error causes the design on the coin to be misaligned, with parts of George Washington's face or the eagle missing from the impression. While off-center strikes can happen on any coin, the 1984 quarters with this error are incredibly rare. These misprints, or minting errors, are highly sought after by collectors. This specific error combined with the low number of coins in circulation makes it a true numismatic treasure. Now, you might be wondering, how was this coin discovered? Well, it wasn't just by chance. The first 1984 off-center quarter was found by a collector who knew what to look for. Initially, this coin was thought to be just another damaged coin. But as more and more collectors began to find similar quarters, they realized that these were legitimate minting errors, not wear and tear from circulation. As Woorth spread, the value of these rare quarters skyrocketed. What makes this even more fascinating is that this error is believed to have happened with only a small batch of coins, meaning these pieces are incredibly scarce. The discovery turned into an international sensation among coin collectors, and the 1987off-center quarter became one of the most talked about and sought-after coins in recent years. Fast forward to today, and the value of the 1987quarter has exploded. In fact, one particular 1987 quarter, in pristine condition and with a significant off-center strike, recently sold at auction for a jaw-dropping 1.3 million. That's right, the quarter, worth just 25 cents when it was minted, is now valued at over $1 million. Now, you may be wondering how a quarter can go from worth just a quarter to being valued at such an astronomical amount. Well, it all comes down to rarity, condition, and demand. With only a handful of these rare quarters in existence, and fewer in mint condition, collectors are willing to pay top dollar for a chance to own a piece of history. If you think you might have a valuable 1987 quarter lying around, it's time to check your spare change. Here's how to spot one of these rare coins. This is the key error to watch out for. The design will appear misaligned, with parts of Washington or the eagle missing from the coin. The 1987 is struck at the Denver Mint. Make sure it's not just any 1987 quarter. The more pristine the coin, the higher the value. Coins with less wear and tear are far more valuable to collectors. If you do find one of these, it's highly recommended to have it authenticated by a professional numismatist or a grading service like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC. So, to wrap things up, the 1987 quarter dollar is a shining example of how rare minting errors can turn an ordinary coin into an extraordinary treasure. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone who loves the idea of finding hidden gems in your change, coins like this remind us that the world of numismatics is full of surprises. And who knows, the next $1 million discovery could be in your pocket. Thanks for joining me on this amazing journey into the world of rare coins. If you found this video interesting, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more coin stories and tips on how to find valuable treasures in your own collection. Until next time, happy hunting, and remember, keep an eye on your change. Today, we're diving into a topic that's sure to excite all of you who love rare and valuable coins. We're talking about a coin that many people overlook until they realize it's worth a fortune. Yes, you guessed it. We're talking about the 2004 United States quarter dollar coin. And believe it or not, this coin could be worth up to $1.4 million. Sounds unbelievable. Well, stick around, because we're going to break down its history, value, and why this seemingly ordinary quarter is worth so much. First, let's take a look at the history behind this coin. The 2004 quarter dollar is part of the State Quarter Series, which was issued from yen to 2008 by the United States Mint. This series commemorated each of the U.S. states, and each year, 5 new states were honored with their own unique quarter design. The 2006 series was particularly exciting because it featured the state quarters for Nevada, Nebraska, Colorado, North Dakota, and South Dakota. These coins were issued with the P Mint mark, meaning they were struck at the Philadelphia Mint. But here's the thing, most of these coins were mass-produced, millions of them. So, why are we talking about this particular coin being worth up to $1.4 million? Let's find out. Most 2006 quarters are worth, well, a quarter 25 cents. But some, just a handful, are incredibly rare and have a fascinating backstory. You see, a small number of 2006 quarters were produced with a significant minting error. This error is what makes them so valuable. Some 2006 quarters were struck with a die that was damaged or improperly aligned. This caused the coin to have double-struck features, or in some cases, a misaligned die error. These unique mistakes make these quarters highly sought after by collectors. A coin that was meant to be ordinary is now one of the rarest in existence. As you can see, these errors are subtle, but they can be identified by experts who look for the faint doubling or misalignment on the coin's design. If you happen to come across one of these rare error coins, you could be holding a literal gold mine in your hand. Now, you're probably wondering just how much is one of these error coins worth? Well, the value of the 2006 quarter with a minting error can range significantly, depending on its condition and the severity of the error. But in some cases, these coins have sold for as much as $1.4 million at auction. Why such a high price? The rarity of the error is a major factor. Coins like these don't come around often, and when one does, collectors are eager to get their hands on it. The value also depends on the quality of the coin. Coins in mint or near mint condition fetch the highest prices. For example, A 7.0 P quarter with a dramatic double strike error in mint condition sold for over $1 million at a recent auction, attracting serious bids from coin collectors around the world. This just goes to show that rare errors, even in seemingly ordinary coins like the 7.0 P quarter, can lead to incredible profits for those lucky enough to own them. Alright, so how can you spot one of these valuable error quarters? Well, first off, you'll need to look closely at the coin. Use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to check for any signs of doubling, misalignment, or other unusual features. A double strike error is the most common, where parts of the design appear more than once on the coin. It could look like a blurry or doubled image of George Washington's profile, the eagle on the back, or the state-specific designs. Another thing to look for is a misaligned die, where the design is not properly centered. These errors often result in parts of the coin's design being cut off or appearing to be off-center. If you find a coin like this, you'll want to get it appraised by a professional to determine its value. Trust me, it could be worth more than you ever imagined. So, where can you sell a coin like this if you happen to have one? Well, there are a few ways to go about it. You can take your coin to a reputable coin dealer or an appraiser who specializes in rare coins. But if you're looking to get the best price, the most common route is to auction the coin. Online auction platforms like eBay, heritage auctions, or even specific numismatic auction houses often feature high-profile sales of rare and valuable coins. But be sure to get it professionally graded by services like PCGS or NGC before listing it, as that will help establish its authenticity and condition. So, there you have it, the 7.0 P United States $quarter coin, which might seem like a regular quarter, but with a minting error, it could be worth $1.4 million. If you're a coin collector, or even just someone who has a change jar lying around, it's definitely worth checking your quarters for any signs of these rare and valuable mistakes. Who knows? You might just have a fortune waiting in your pocket. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more coin-related content, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Have you ever found a rare coin with a minting error? Drop a comment below and share your story. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, keep searching for treasures in your pockets.